That's why they call it trampoline. Like a Monday, Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, the spin. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
A first carry for the rookie Nick Chubb. And he'll power his way up near the 25. It was Anthony Averett who got him down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And now it's 2nd down.
I can put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive. Pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tim Williams. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working out of the gun. Mayfield. Throw left side. Caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, Makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On second down, Mayfield again. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Chris Wormley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Mayfield off the play fake. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Space to maneuver at the 40. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a former New Mexico Lobo. It's Jarrell Presley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Presley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. A good pickup there, a 22. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. On the run, this is Presley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This is Carlos Hyde, the former 49er, his first carry. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action. Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield, a 4-yard touchdown scamper. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. It takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Gun!
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run. It's Presley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry here for Presley. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Carl Davis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play. So might as well have not even had the penalty.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Jackson operating from the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point splits the uprights, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The return man, Chris Moore. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Now Jackson on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Lucky 56. Gone. Detroit.
From the gun, Jackson. Snead's got it. Willie Snead all alone. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, Collins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens have broken the tie. And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half. Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tim Williams in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back. So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Gun! All right, here we go. Green.
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Detroit!
Now Jackson on first down. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Jackson to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he gets it down to the 32. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, Mayfield. Flushed out right. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate when he throws a nice pass for a first down.
Mayfield. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Looking for strong, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring this back. It's a pick. Six and a Raven touchdown. Tucker now to add the point after. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Tim Williams in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. 4th down, Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And they'll go on the ground. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Now, Barney! Gone!
On 2nd down, Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. Now it's Jackson. The open man is Smith. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's got the hook up to John Brown on the right side. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. To throw on second down, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Landry now on the returns. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Mayfield. Now he's forced out right. Well, the shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throw it, Mayfield. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Jackson. being chased out left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the rookie Denzel Ward. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I don't think any of...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield taking it in. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run again with Presley. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. So that one will be accepted. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Marshall Yanda.
Lucky 56.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll to take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips and bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On 1st, they go right back to Collins. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Collins. And now running right through it. And he's taken down inside the 30. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Ravens, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Browns, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.